Respect. Everyone desires it, yet few truly understand what creates it. The Stoics teach us that respect is not something you demand, nor is it bought through appearances, charm, or fleeting achievements. Respect is forged quietly, in the crucible of self-discipline, consistency, and inner strength. Yet most people unknowingly sabotage their own dignity through habits so subtle, so normalized, that they go unnoticed, until it's too late. In this video, we'll dive into 6 destructive habits that must be removed if you wish to earn respect, by others, and most importantly, by yourself. Each habit is a silent thief, slowly eroding the admiration, trust, and authority you could command. Remove them, and you will rise. Fail to remove them, and no amount of talent, knowledge, or effort will shield you from disrespect. If you are ready to level up your life, subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset, where we explore timeless wisdom and Stoic philosophy to help you build strength, integrity, and presence. Now, let's begin. 1. The habit of making excuses. Excuses are the soft whispers of surrender, the subtle signals that you are relinquishing control over your life. Every time you blame circumstances, people, or timing for your failures, you are quietly declaring to the world and to yourself that you are powerless. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control external events, but we are always sovereign over our own choices, actions, and responses. Each excuse is a tiny abdication of responsibility, a moment where you surrender your potential and allow mediocrity to creep in. Consider how often we fall into this trap. Traffic, weather, other people, timing, all convenient villains to justify inaction. The more we cling to excuses, the more we train our minds to see obstacles as insurmountable, rather than challenges that demand creativity, courage, and persistence. I remember when I blamed my environment, my upbringing, even random events for my failures. For years, I allowed myself to drift, thinking life happened to me. But the moment I began asking, what is within my control right now, everything changed. Excuses dissolved, replaced by responsibility, action, and clarity. And with that, respect followed, not because I demanded it, but because I embodied the strength that excuses had long denied me. 2. The habit of laziness. Laziness is a silent killer, masquerading as comfort, leisure, or even justified rest. It whispers that effort is unnecessary, that delay is acceptable, that mediocrity is safe. But the Stoics knew that virtue is cultivated through action, not comfort. Each moment spent in avoidance is a moment of potential wasted, a piece of your life surrendered to stagnation. Laziness is not just physical idleness. It is the refusal to think deeply, to push your limits, or to confront discomfort in pursuit of growth. I have witnessed how easily one can fall into this trap. A day passes, then a week, then months, while dreams fade and potential remains dormant. Yet when we summon the discipline to act, even when the task is unpleasant, a transformation occurs. Action, consistency, and deliberate effort awaken a power within that laziness could never understand. People respect those who labor with purpose, not because the world forces them to, but because their internal standards are unyielding. Laziness is the enemy of presence, influence, and self-respect. To eliminate it is to reclaim your life from the clutches of apathy. 3. The habit of complaining. Complaining is a shadow that steals your energy and diminishes your authority. It draws attention away from what can be done and focuses instead on what feels unjust. The Stoics endured poverty, exile, and personal loss, yet they rarely wasted energy on complaints, because they understood that external circumstances do not define the strength of the soul. To complain is to assume that life owes you, that your value is dependent on fairness or recognition. I was once a habitual complainer. Every minor inconvenience became a story of injustice, every setback a reason to grumble. Over time, I noticed a profound truth. Complaining never changed outcomes. It only entrenched me in helplessness and projected weakness to the world. The shift came when I replaced complaint with reflection, and reflection with deliberate action. Challenges became opportunities to grow. Conflicts became lessons in patience, and setbacks became proofs of resilience. The absence of complaint cultivates respect. People naturally gravitate toward those who face adversity with composure and action rather than bitterness and grievance.
4. The habit of reacting emotionally. Uncontrolled emotion is a storm that obscures judgment, undermines decisions, and signals a lack of self-mastery. Anger, jealousy, envy, or bitterness, when expressed without restraint, erode not just relationships, but credibility. The Stoics emphasize the importance of measured responses. Virtue lies in mastering the self, not in being enslaved to impulses. Marcus Aurelius said the best revenge is not to mimic wrongdoing, but to embody virtue in its face. I have seen the devastation caused by unrestrained reactions. A harsh word spoken in anger, a snap judgment, a hasty outburst. These moments can define how others perceive us far more than our achievements ever could. By cultivating patience, introspection, and calm, we acquire an aura of authority. People naturally respect someone who can feel deeply yet remain composed, someone who navigates conflict with poise rather than fury. Emotions are natural, but reactions are chosen. Master them, and respect follows effortlessly. 5. The habit of inconsistency. Inconsistency erodes trust silently but powerfully. When words diverge from actions, when principles bend to convenience, or when promises are broken, respect dissolves slowly. The Stoics revered consistency because it proves integrity and builds credibility. A life anchored in principle, where actions align with words, radiates reliability and earns admiration naturally. I have observed the consequences of inconsistency: missed deadlines, forgotten commitments, wavering principles. Even minor lapses signal weakness to the world. Conversely, steadfast action creates a fortress of respect. People depend on those who are predictable in integrity, who honor their word even in trivial matters, who stand firm when the world wavers. Consistency is invisible yet undeniable. It communicates that you are reliable, principled, and trustworthy, qualities that form the bedrock of enduring respect.
6. The habit of living without purpose. A life without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, directionless, drifting, and vulnerable to the whims of circumstance. Respect gravitates toward those who have clarity, who operate with intention, who are guided by a personal compass that transcends fleeting desires. The Stoics emphasized purposeful living because it cultivates strength, discipline, and presence. Purpose gives life weight. It draws others naturally, commanding attention not through force, but through quiet authority. I have seen aimless lives fade into obscurity, while those with direction, even in modest ways, inspire and command admiration. To live without purpose is to squander time, energy, and potential. To remove aimlessness is to create alignment of thought, action, and energy. Purpose becomes visible in the way one carries oneself, speaks, and decides. It signals to the world that here is someone of substance, someone whose life has a standard and a mission. Respect follows those who live deliberately, who act intentionally, and who pursue meaning without compromise. Respect is not demanded. It is earned in silence, forged through discipline, tested through adversity, and proven through action. Cast aside excuses, laziness, complaint, uncontrolled emotion, inconsistency, and aimlessness, and you strip away weakness. What remains is a life of integrity, purpose, and unshakable authority. The question is, will you remove the habits that diminish you, or will you cling to them and wonder why respect continues to elude you? The choice is yours. Subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset for more insights from Stoic philosophy and timeless wisdom. Support the channel through coffee, super chat, or stickers to fuel this mission. Remember, respect begins with self-mastery, but it echoes in every life you touch.